Whoa. I didn't see you there. Like... My doors were locked. How... I'm in the middle of story time. You... Here. Have a seat. You can join me. You want a cold drink? I have more. Here you go. Sorry it's open. I took a sip out of it at about noon yesterday. Alright, so I'm just sitting by the fire. I've been reading a lot of Seuss lately, so I thought I'd share some with you. I'd read Horton Hears a Who, but I think that one's a little too graphic. So we're gonna go to this other one. Oh, no, this is... I couldn't find my reading hat, so I just wore my religious headwear. Okay, this story is really good. Are you ready? Yeah, me too. Oh, whoops. Let me reopen my book. Huh? Oh, out loud? My bad. Okay. This is the story all about how the boys got in a car and went downtown. Now take a minute and sit right there. Let me tell you a story. Part 1. The journey begins. There was once a battalion of 3 young men. These young men consisted of a quiet and reserved young man whose physical form was that of a giraffe. His name was Eli. In addition, there was a fine young stud. His name was Casey. The final fellow of the bunch resembled a sturdy oak tree and was once trampled by a stray golf cart and was perfectly fine. Are you comfortable? Is it because you can't hear the fire crackling? I can turn up the volume. Can you hear it now? Okay, cool. Ooh, I can hear it. Ooh. I'm cozy. Ooh. So hot in here. Alright. Where was I? This was Maverick. The one that got trampled by a golf cart. This bunch had decided to depart on a journey to the promised land. Atlanta, Georgia. It started in the morning. They planned to leave at 8. However, managed to depart 15 minutes behind, which, debatably, is not that late for a road trip. Without even considering to refuel their carriage, they were on their way. Maverick did not come alone. With him was a cavalier who resembled a hand. His name was Hand Glove. Wherever he went, he carried a cheerful spirit and a lust for adventure. Though confined to his physical form, after noticing the alarming fuel level, the crew stopped to refuel and hit the road again. As they are driving and making small talk, Hand speaks up. Hand reveals his full name as Handjob Glove. This knowledge was not required, but greatly appreciated. Part 2. The Varsity. As some time passes, the crew approaches the state border. They've decided to play fireflies for the crossing. Casey, with his big stud-like fingers, manages to barely initiate the blissful song in time. A message that the vessel needs attention lit up. It was yellow like sulfur and shaped like an engine. Wow. It's really hot in here. This blanket is really warm. It doesn't really help that I'm sitting right next to a fire. Whoops. I lost my page. Whoops. I found it. Let me get back under my blanket. Kind of ruining the costume. I mean, my reading wear. No, that's done. Hey. Right here, buddy. You're in my house. Oh, that's not good. Got it. Where was I? It was yellow like sulfur and shaped like an engine. All three at the same time made the Minecraft villager noise. They pull over to investigate to no avail. The decision was unanimous. Continue until forced otherwise. At last, after the hardships of travel, why is it capitalized? Our heroes arrive in the Holy Land, Atlanta 2. And I got burp. Ooh, that was good. Until they pass it and end up in Atlanta 1. I gotta stop looking at you. Immediately, Casey leads the group to the College Football Hall of Fame. Inside the treasure trove of football knowledge, the group attempts to make field goals, except for Hand. Hand didn't buy a ticket. Eli and Casey both butchered their attempts, but Maverick overcompensated by kicking the ball around the earth twofold. However, managed to make the goal. The party grew hungry. They had heard rumors of a fine and renowned establishment only 1.3 miles away. The Varsity. The troop decided to walk to avoid the horrendous converse of cars. Whilst on the on the rock. Don't like being on the rock. Whilst on the walk, they witnessed a questionable transaction between two unfortunate men. The group walked a little faster sorry. I'm illiterate. With haste, the group found their way to the Varsity. After waiting in tremendously long lines, they finally were given the opportunity to order. Among the debatably so-so food... Hey, right here. Maverick and Eli ordered milkshakes. These were not milkshakes. They were actually just soft serve in a cup with a straw. I don't know if you've ever tried to suck soft serve through a straw. It doesn't work. It works a little, but it's... As the group came to realize that the parking garage had a limit, they rushed back. Upon returning to the vessel, and Hand, the crew departed. While leaving, they noticed that the fee was a measly extra $1. Part 3. Baseball. Wow, that worked really well. It's like an actual page. God, it's hot in here. I need to pause my fire. Alright. The battalion decides to venture to Legoland. While on the journey, the discovery is made that there is multiple Atlantas. I lost my spot. The discovery is made that there are multiple Atlantas. Legoland was in the second, the Holy Land. Downtown Atlanta was the first, and the third housed the baseball stadium. After this discovery, they headed to the baseball stadium. As they approached, they discussed parking. Eli immediately drives into the pass-only parking. That's the parking for people with passes only. Eli, he just drove in. Crazy guy. This thing's been on for an hour. Can you believe that? Okay. Wait, it's not been an hour. Whoa. Hey. As he realizes that they did not belong there, the other two begin to scout for alternative parking places. Eventually, the group decides to pay the toll for parking. The walk to the stadium begins. Seeing his Hand failed to purchase a ticket for himself yet again, the crew discusses leaving the AC on for Hand, but decide against it. I gotta stop looking at you. I'll just start using my finger. The journey on foot to the stadium is rather uneventful. Despite purchasing tickets for seats far apart, the party sits together. As the stadium begins to fill up, Eli and Maverick are forced to move to different seats. After switching seats roughly 5 times, the two find a suitable location. During this time, Casey decides to walk the whole stadium twice, because he can. Part 4. The Fall of a God. This part is really sad. It's a tearjerker. I don't have a napkin over here. I have a lottery ticket though. So you can use that if you start crying. Oh, you want it over here next to your drink? Okay, it's right. Oh, it matches your drink. That's pretty nifty. Speaking of drink. I left you some. Okay, now. The fall of a god. Remember, if you start to feel a little buildup right around here, all right, like you're starting to cry, like a little boy, a little baby, you little cry baby. You use this lottery ticket, and you wipe your face, okay? No, I didn't win anything. Not with that ticket. Hey. I hope you read it carefully because I actually did win something. I won another ticket. The Fall of a God. Oh man, why was I sitting like this the whole time? I feel more comfortable and I feel like I'm more suited for storytelling. Hey. Right here. Me. Look what you're missing. Can you believe that? You were missing this. Oh, whoops, my headgear. My religious headwear. Alright, how about back to the book? Sorry, I was thinking about this joke about bananas from earlier. Hey, why is your stupid face so warm? I just put my foot on your face and it got really hot. Stupid. Alright. Can I read now? Are you done? Yeah? Yeah, you are? Oh, yeah? I bet. Okay. The group leaves early because the game was subpar, as typical of baseball. No offense, baseball boys. Ooh, I'm stupid. Ooh, sorry. That banana joke is a real knee slapper. I might tell it to you sometime if you behave. Not off to a great start, buddy. The party returns to the car and goes to McDonald's for a quick bite before turning in for the night. Ooh, I almost messed up there. After returning from their hearty meal, something is amiss. A darkness grows within the car. Hand is missing. Isn't this sad? The group frantically searches. Where could he be? Where could he have gone? Finally, Maverick finds the corpse of the group's dear friend. Hand, job, glove. He died to heat, so intense he exploded. The group bellows in agony for 15 minutes. After that, they leave the McDonald's parking lot with one less friend. They travel to their temporary residence. The host introduces the posse to their quarters. After a long and tiresome day, nearly immediately, the group becomes familiar with the immeasurably comfortable carpet. A scientific study was quickly performed. Casey, upon using the rest stop, lost 0.8 pounds. Sorry, this is really loud. I'm going deaf from my fire. Okay. The group grew thirsty. Me too. Ooh, that one tasted funny. Where the heck was I? Oh, wow, I was way up there. Okay. Eli knew what he needed to do. He snuck past the big dog that was not even in the same room and retrieved Waters. Hey, me. Remember this? You will. Me. You look at me, okay? Me. No, right here. Hey. Do you want me to finish the story or not? I have all night. I don't have to work till 6 in the morning. Okay. I lost my spot again. Stop. Upon returning, Eli discovers a new force who has acquainted himself with the rest of the party. Kyle. He explains that while the waters are acceptable, retrieving monsters from the fridge would result with consequences. The party feared these consequences. After the thrill of the day, the crew begins to wind down. There were only 2 beds, and Maverick was the size of one. Obviously, Maverick can't sleep on the floor. That wouldn't be up to his standard. Casey refused to sleep in the bed with, even, a pillow between them. The party sleeps. That's enough. Someone is playing a lullaby very loud somewhere else in the neighborhood. Don't look upstairs. Hey. Me. That's all I have for you now. If you wanna... Do you want to hear chapter 2 sometime? Yeah? Awesome. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take this and put that back over there. Maybe sometime I'll share chapter 2 with you. And it's actually not out yet. They've only printed chapter... Whoops, I ripped the page out of the book. There's only chapter 1 right now. And this is the only copy. Besides the one on my Google Drive. Because I pirated it, not because I wrote it. That is... let me tell you what, though. This can... Wow, you really drank that whole thing. Dang. I bet it'll fit perfectly in here. It's not quite perfect, but it fits. I'll show you the door. No, hey, buddy. I'll show you the door. Hey. You forgot your Vaseline.